really teaching us that I don't think we can afford to go back to is how connected we are as a humanity. I think that even for our civil rights issues, to recognize that we do not live in silos. Part of the reasons why we're yelling so loudly that Black Lives Matter is because if they do not matter in this world, then this world will not be what it is. We are all connected. So our problem is your problem, and our issues are your issues. And you need to be as alarmed as we are when we see ourselves struggling, because if we are away, this whole world collapses. And I think that if we are intentional about recognizing we may not live in the same places, but we depend on the same system, and we need the system to work for everyone so that we can all be healthy and whole and become better, then if we live there, then I think that we will see a decrease in a lot of issues that plagued us before the pandemic.
Man, and I like even the point you just raised about the one kind exposure. It is the acknowledgement. So on the Black Lives Matter piece, y'all, this is why this is my pastor, okay? But on the Black Lives Matter piece, do you know, like, all, like, so many folks in our community just want just to be seen, like, for who they really are, not as 3/5, not as less than, not as an essential worker, but as I've been saying, not an essential worker, but an essential life. Like, if that bridge could be crossed, like, if the church could say that, if, and I know it's not all church, but I'm saying as a whole, if the government could say that, local, state, and federal, if your job could say that, like, life would shift for so many people, and they would be empowered in real, legitimate ways. Like, okay, now I can embrace and walk in my gifts and my talents. Okay, now I can go forth and help someone else because you just see me. Like, that's the crazy thing.
Well, I'll tell you, part of me living in that intersection of, these white and Black church worlds means that I am exposed a lot to the white ignorance. And I don't even mean ignorance in a defamatory kind of way. I mean, literally, they don't see it. Like, they just don't see it until they adopt a Black child from Africa, or they adopt a Black child from the foster care system, and they see how differently their child is treated than they were. And I think that, one of the hopes that I have in being able to speak into both communities is to make Blackness real. Like, and I don't go in there and try to, like, whitewash myself. So, like, I'm going to give you this word, but I'm still going to be me. I'm going to be like, is my wig on all right? Hold on, let me check. Let me check. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I need to make Blackness real for them, because I am no different than the Black girl who you see on the street. My husband is an incredible Black man who is from Watts. Like, you don't know who you're stepping over in the process of you coming up. And I think that the more that we can make it real, whether it's through a pandemic, and that's why I think when we talk about all things working together for the good, it doesn't mean that all things feel good. It doesn't mean that all things don't have grief connected to them. But the good that can come out of this is to really see that we are real people. And I think that the more that we can have people who speak out and speak up, that we'll see that change.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of On One with Angela Rye Masterclass. I hope that you learned some, you laughed some, and you were inspired more. And you want to know how you can do that even more? You just have to subscribe. Go to youtube.com/Angela Rye and hit subscribe. We want you to be the first to know about upcoming episodes. If there's something you want to see, if there's something you really love, or if you hated it, put that in the comments below. I hope you go easy on the hate. I'm a little sensitive.